Good morning, YouTube. Well, it's morning for me. On a much cooler Southern California day, thankfully. As I, for one, enjoy the cooler weather. Anyway, I've been trying to make this video several times. I've shot it, done it, and something ends up not being right. The camera angle or something. So I'm just doing it and hoping that it comes out this last time. I'm tired of doing the same video, which is a follow-up to my other video about what I like about my bike. So this is the few things that I don't really like about my bike, which, as you may or may not know, is a 2007 Suzuki, actually, a 2007 Suzuki V-Strom 650. Man, it feels really good to be back on the bike. I've been so busy with my kids and other things lately that I haven't had a chance to ride, and it feels so good to ride again, especially with weather like this. Oh, thank you. That was very nice, friendly light. I got itchies in my nose. All right. Let's get into this. By the way, if the camera sucks on this, or if my audio sucks, I'm sorry. I'm just figuring it all out. I don't like wearing the camera on my helmet, even though that does seem to give the best point of view. Anyway, all right, let's talk about the subject of this video, which is some of the things that I don't like about my bike. All right, it's a short list. If you don't feel like watching the whole video, I'll give you the list now, and you can go bye-bye. And that list is the looks, the ergonomics, and the third thing is the wind protection. Alright, so let's go with the first thing. The looks. This version of the V-Strom, it's not a great looking bike. Now, obviously, looks are very subjective. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so something that I don't think is good looking, you might find attractive. But generally speaking, I think it's kind of it's pretty well known that not well known, but it's a pretty popular opinion. That's really the way I should put it. It's a pretty popular opinion that this first generation V-Strom was kind of an ugly bike. Now, it's not super ugly. It's good enough for me, and looks are really not a very important thing to me if there are other positive attributes. So the first thing is the looks. You can't really do much about that. You either are okay with it or you're not. I am okay with it, so let's move on. Number two, the ergonomics of the bike. And when I say ergonomics, what I'm specifically referring to is the rider's triangle. So when you get on the bike, the relationship between your seat, your body, the handlebars, and the foot pegs. Okay, when I say the seat, I mean sort of the height of where your ass sits compared to the foot pegs, compared to the handlebar. So for me, my the bike that really, this guy's gonna fucking come out right on me. For me, the bike that fit me really, really well, that I just enjoyed the comfort, was the KLR 650, second generation KLR 650. It just was a comfortable bike. The handlebars were in the right spot. They were the perfect width. The relationship to the foot pegs was great. I didn't feel cramped. I really enjoyed the feel of that bike, seating position. And this bike, out of the box, didn't work for me really. Its seat was too low compared to where the foot pegs are, so my knees were cramped. And I felt like the bars were just, too far away from me. Now, one of the great things about the V-Strom is the aftermarket support, so there's lots of products that can help in those areas. I bought a few of those products. Hang on a second. So, one of the things I did was I bought a V-Strom 1000 seat, because that is an inch higher than the 650 seat. Because the most important thing here was my knees. I don't like to have my knees cramped. I mean, I can go spend $300 on a custom seat, and I may end up doing that. We'll see. But I figured, for under $200, I could get a V-Strom 1000 seat. And if I didn't like it, I could sell it, or whatever, switch it back and forth. And that definitely helped. I'm not going to say it completely got me to where I want to be, but it definitely helped. I also bought a foot peg lowering kit, and that also helped. And then the last thing I did was I bought bar risers to bring the bars up and closer to me. And all these things help. The bike is pretty comfortable now. I'm not going to say it's as comfortable as the KLR 650, because it's not for me. But it definitely is much better, and it's acceptable. I think I still would like to get the seat, raise the seat up a little bit, and I think then I'll be much happier. So that's the ergonomics. And the last thing that sort of bothers me about the bike a little bit is the wind protection, but it's not the wind protection at the legs. It's the wind protection provided by the windscreen. Although, as I'm talking about it, I don't know if it's fair to really blame the windscreen. It's kind of a combination of how the bike was designed and the angles. This model of V-Strom is pretty notorious for having wind buffeting issues. And although the bike is overall a phenomenal bike, I do kind of question Suzuki's design when they came out with this bike. It's almost as if they didn't really test the aerodynamics and whatnot of the bike. I mean, the bike doesn't need to be a Goldwing quiet, but pretty much most V-Strom owners out of the box suffer from pretty severe wind buffeting, and you can remedy that, or at least attempt to remedy that, with aftermarket windscreens, and also with what I purchased, which is the Madstat bracket, which offers all kinds of adjustability. So I bought the bracket, I have the stock windscreen, and that really did help with wind buffeting. Now I just have a normal. It's kind of the air hits me, but it's clean, and that's fine. I mean, I'm still looking for. I don't know about you guys, but I'm still looking for a bike that just provides a quiet stream of air. I don't know if it's my helmet, or I don't know if it's just that you have to go to a touring or a sport touring bike to get that. But I've yet to own a bike that provides the wind protection that I am looking for. So essentially, what I'm looking for is when I bend down, behind the windscreen, it's much quieter. I still get the wind, which is fine. That's what I want. But it's much quieter. I can hear the engine, which is what I want. And up here, I just hear wind. I really don't like that. It really takes away from the enjoyment of the ride for me. But I've just kind of resigned to the fact that until I purchase a true touring bike or sport touring bike, I mean, it's just not going to happen. I'm just not going to get that wind protection that I want. But most people find good results with either aftermarket windscreens or the bracket, and so you can improve the buffeting. I still do get buffeting on certain days, depending on how the wind is hitting me and how it's behaving. And that's it, guys. It's those three main things. Nothing major. No deal breakers. Those are the three things that I kind of wish were better on this bike. That being said, I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying the bike. And I'm really looking forward to putting miles on this bike. As time goes on, I'm really hoping to keep this one for a while. We'll see what happens. I've mentioned in another video I'm planning on purchasing a dirt bike at some point. So if I use this as a street bike and a dirt bike as a dirt bike, I think I'll be good. I just can't get over the deal that I got for this, $3,500 for this bike. When I bought it, it had 4,000 miles on it. I mean, this bike really can last. It can outlast it's gonna outlast my desire to ride it for sure. And I think, who knows what I'll get from here for the road, but I have a feeling I'm gonna end up getting something like a Honda ST 1300, something like that, something in that class. All right, guys. Well, listen. Thank you to the two of you that are watching. For now, I appreciate you listening to my rambling, if you're still there. And I hope to see you soon. Have a great day.